Let's explore the latest trends, technology, and stories that shape our world. Today we're diving into a topic that has revolutionized the way we live, work, and connect: the smartphone revolution. Smartphones have become the cornerstone of modern life, putting the internet and the world right in our hands. From communication to entertainment, they've revolutionized how we connect and interact. The smartphone revolution began with a single product, the iPhone. In 2007, Apple reimagined what a mobile phone could be. More than a device for calls, it became a tool for the future. From that moment, smartphones evolved quickly. They became faster, smarter, and more integrated into every aspect of our lives. Competitors entered the market, creating a tech race that pushed the boundaries of innovation. Today, smartphones are our primary means of communication. Whether we're working, socializing, or just passing the time, our smartphones are always within reach. They've transformed how we interact, how we learn, and how we entertain ourselves. From morning to night, smartphones shape our routines. They wake us up, guide us through our work, connect us to our friends and family, and entertain us. It's hard to imagine life without them. But this constant connectivity comes with a price. As we rely more on our phones, studies show a decline in our attention span. Notifications and distractions pull us away from real-world interactions. We've seen a shift in how people interact. While smartphones allow for constant communication, they can also lead to isolation. People often choose virtual interactions over real-world socialization, which affects mental health and relationships. However, this incredible transformation hasn't come without its challenges. The more we integrate smartphones into our lives, the more we see their impact on our attention and behavior. Numerous studies have shown that the constant influx of notifications, messages, and alerts has fragmented our ability to focus. Our brains have become conditioned to seek out these digital stimuli, making it difficult to concentrate on a single task for an extended period of time. For many, it's become a habit, checking their phone hundreds of times a day, even when there's no real reason to do so. This compulsive behavior has led some researchers to coin the term smartphone addiction, highlighting the ways in which our devices have become more than just tools. They've become something we crave. Consider how often you find yourself reaching for your phone. Is it a conscious decision, or is it just something you do, almost reflexively? The line between necessity and habit has blurred, and this has significant implications for our mental well-being. As we divide our attention between the physical world and the digital one, we struggle to be fully present in either. Another major concern is how smartphones have changed our social behavior. While these devices allow us to stay connected to anyone, anywhere, they've also altered the nature of our relationships. We've become accustomed to instant communication. Texting and messaging have replaced face-to-face interactions in many cases. Social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter have created digital spaces where we can share our lives with others, but they also encourage us to compare ourselves to others, often leading to feelings of inadequacy or loneliness. Paradoxically, even as we become more connected digitally, we might be becoming more isolated in real life. People often find themselves sitting in the same room, but engaged in separate digital worlds, each absorbed in their own devices. This phenomenon, known as phubbing, ignoring someone in favor of your phone, has become a common social issue. Psychologists and sociologists have noted an increase in anxiety and depression, particularly among younger generations who have grown up with smartphones as a constant presence. They argue that this increased screen time can disrupt sleep patterns, affect mood, and diminish the quality of social interactions. The question then is, how do we create this balance? How do we enjoy the benefits of the smartphone revolution while minimizing its downsides? It starts with self-awareness, understanding our own habits, and identifying the triggers that lead to overuse. From there, we can set practical goals, like limiting screen time or scheduling specific periods during the day to disconnect and focus on the present moment. It's also helpful to use technology to combat technology, using apps that monitor and limit phone usage, or setting up do not disturb periods to avoid distractions. Additionally, choosing face-to-face interactions over digital ones, whenever possible, can help rebuild the social connections that smartphones sometimes weaken. For families, it might mean creating phone-free zones or times, like during meals or at bedtime, to encourage more meaningful conversations and interactions. For workplaces, it could mean reducing the expectation for employees to be constantly reachable, allowing them to focus on tasks without the constant interruption of messages and alerts. Despite these concerns, it's important to remember that smartphones themselves are not inherently harmful. They are incredibly powerful tools that have opened up new possibilities for communication, creativity, and productivity. It's how we use them that determines their impact on our lives. Smartphones can help us stay in touch with loved ones across the world. They can provide us with real-time information, whether it's news, weather updates, or emergency alerts. They can even save lives, enabling rapid communication during crises and providing access to health resources and telemedicine. The potential benefits are immense. But just as with any tool, the key is balance. We must learn to control our use of smartphones rather than letting them control us. Setting boundaries, turning off unnecessary notifications, and practicing digital detoxes can help us reclaim our time and attention. By being mindful of how and when we use these devices, we can ensure that they remain beneficial tools rather than distractions or sources of stress. Another major aspect to consider is how smartphones have transformed our professional lives. They've blurred the boundaries between work and personal time, creating a culture of constant availability. Emails, messages, and calls can reach us at any hour, leading to a phenomenon known as work creep, where work-related tasks seep into our evenings, weekends, and even vacations. While smartphones have made remote work and flexible schedules possible, they've also made it harder to switch off. This constant connectivity can lead to burnout, as we struggle to find a clear separation between our professional and personal lives. To combat this, companies and employees alike need to establish boundaries, setting expectations for response times and respecting offline hours. Digital well-being tools, such as app usage monitors and focus modes, can help, but ultimately it's up to us to take control of our devices rather than letting them control us. Take time to reflect. Are we working more efficiently, or are we just working more? Are these digital tools enhancing our productivity, or are they simply filling our time? These are important questions to consider as we strive for a healthier relationship with technology. If we're mindful about how we use our smartphones for work, we can harness their potential without letting them dominate our lives. And it's not just information that's changed. Our sense of time and space has also been altered. With GPS maps and real-time location sharing, we never feel lost. Think about it. When was the last time you asked for directions from a stranger? Or made a spontaneous decision without consulting your phone? The convenience of smartphones has made us more reliant on technology for even the simplest of tasks. While it's a relief to have such capabilities at our disposal, we risk losing some of our cognitive independence. There's value in occasionally navigating without a map, making decisions without a search engine, and exploring without a digital guide. So how do we maintain that balance? One approach is to be intentional about when and why we use our phones. Start with small changes. Use a traditional alarm clock instead of your phone. Disable non-essential notifications, or set screen time limits. These little steps can create space for genuine curiosity, spontaneity, and even boredom, which is crucial for creativity. It's about finding moments of disconnection. Instead of scrolling through social media during every idle moment, try embracing the silence, observing your surroundings, or having a brief conversation with someone nearby. These simple acts remind us of the value of being present in the real world.